From the New York studios of the General Broadcasting Company, the American Theater of Radio presents The Wild West of 1933, a dramatic version of a story of similar character which will be published in next Sunday's issue of the American Weekly, the magazine which is distributed with all Hearst Sunday newspapers from coast to coast. The notorious Harlow gang of murderers and robbers has run into bad luck at last. Here's how it all happened.
Is this brick tourist cabin down the road a bit yours?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to rent it.
Interested in the cabin, ma'am?
Certainly.
Tourist?
Well, maybe.
Mighty fine cabin, ma'am. About the best there is on the highway. Double living quarters, 2 garages, modern plumbing, and fireplaces. Just you alone?
I want to take the whole house.
It's all right with me. The last folks only took single. That's the reason I asked. Care if I show it to you?
No, thanks. I looked through the windows before I came up. Just give me the keys.
All right, here they are. Now, these 2 here fits the front doors, and these 2 here's for the back.
All right. How much?
Just you alone?
I said how much for the 2 or the double house.
Staying long or just passing through?
I've no way of knowing. How much by the week?
Well, I usually get $1 a night for either end. But seeing as how you want both ends and it'll take her for the week, why, I'll leave it go for $9. Is that all right, ma'am?
Okay. Very well. Here's $10. Keep the change.
Well, you'll find towels and so forth in the closets.
All right.
Oh, and if you want meals, I serve about the best there is along Route 50. Gas, oil, and auto supplies, too.
All right. I'll see you later.
Wow, kind of slick-looking gal, eh, Clark?
Not bad, what I saw of her. Took the brick house, eh?
Yeah, not bad at $9 neither, considering how I only usually get 8.
That's right. Say, that was the first out-of-state license that passed here today. Did you notice it?
Well, I didn't pay much attention to the car.
Too busy looking at the red-headed gal, eh, Mr. Hunter?
Well, even us old fellas got a right to look, ain't we? I'll just bet she's a little spitfire once she gets started.
Wouldn't be a bit surprised. Say, look at her drive that car of hers, will you?
Yeah, look it. Right slap dab against the garage door.
Didn't say who she was, did she?
No, didn't make no mention, no. Just took the keys and drove off.
She acts to me like one of the girls that's always been used to having her own way.
Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Thing I can't figure out, though, is why she wants the double house if she's all alone, like she says.
Oh, well, maybe she's expecting some folks to join her later.
Maybe so, maybe so. I'll take a walk around there after dark and see what I can find out. Meantime, you better get busy cleaning up behind the counter there.
Okay, Mr. Hunter, I'll do that right away.
Well, there's the keys in case you 2 boys want to use the doors for going in and out of this dump.
Did the old apple knocker ask any questions, kid?
No more than you'd expect. I didn't give him much chance to ask many. Just told him I wanted to rent the joint, gave him the dough, took the keys, and beat it.
And that baby stereos with the red hair and all must have knocked him for a loop.
It worked, kid, it worked.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
Personally, if you ask me, I think it's a lot of plain foolishness for taking a place right alongside the highway like this.
Well, what's the matter, Al? The noise of passing cars got on your tired nerves?
Makes him homesick. He thinks he hears patrol wagons.
Yeah, I guess I ain't the only one in the party, too, that gets the jitters every time a strange car shows up.
A lot better off in a place like this than we would be stuck back in the sticks somewhere. We tried that and it didn't work.
I'll say it didn't.
I wish we had some of the stuff that we had to leave back there.
You said it.
Say you did well enough to get out with your skin all together, let alone taking something with you.
Well, in case of trouble, this little joint ought to be able to stand up pretty well.
Lots of good, solid brick in the walls.
Say, will you 2 lay off for a while?
Why, what's the matter, honey?
I get tired of hearing you squawking about what might happen. Can't you shut up about it and think of something else?
Oh, now, honey, we didn't mean
I'm the
anything.
one should be hollering. I've got to go out and put up a front for the gang. All you've got to do is take it easy. Eat 3 squares a day and enjoy life.
Says you.
Says me.
Oh, now, don't let's get on to that again. You know, there ain't a chance of either Al nor me showing our mugs out in daylight, honey. Well, you're the only one that's got a chance.
Okay, then quit talking about it. We're all set here and nobody knows where we are. We'll just lay low for a while and then move on after the excitement dies down.
Swell, honey. Now everything's going to be all right, eh, Al?
Maybe. But say, how about something to eat? I ain't had a square meal in so long that I wouldn't know how to act.
Yeah? Well, that's where Katie has to do her stuff, I suppose.
How do you mean?
It's up to me to go out and Russell eats for you 2.
Russell? Say, we got plenty of dough, ain't we?
Sure, we got plenty of dough, and for once, neither you nor Slim can spend any of it.
Yeah.
Giving you the breaks for once, honey.
I get it. Well, what do you want to eat?
Is this on the level, or are you just kidding?
No fooling. What do you want to eat?
Well, where you going to get it, hon? I don't want you running back into town for it.
I'm not going back into town. The old bird I rented this shack from has a neat-looking little roadside stand. I'll get something to eat there.
Okay, baby. Oh, you're a pretty swell girl at that.
Think so, Slim?
Sure do. You've been a good egg right along.
Say, when do we eat?
What do you want, Al?
Well, I'll start out with a sirloin steak smothered with onions, French fried spuds, a bowl of clam chowder, corn on the cob, 2 slices of apple pie with vanilla ice cream, a cup of coffee, and some olives.
Okay, big boy. What do you want with your hamburger? Mustard or plain?
Be anything else, ma'am?
3 coffees.
With cream and sugar?
2 with and 1 without. Slim does. I don't care for sugar and cream.
That's right. I should have known. Well, here you are, madam.
Thank you.
Just be $1.10.
Here you are. Pretty busy today, aren't you?
Well, a bunch of the boys from the sheriff's office stopped by for lunch, and...
Sheriff? Oh, is that so? Well, thank you.
You're more than welcome, ma'am. See you again soon, I reckon. Hi, Tom.
Oh, hello, Ed.
What brings you out this way?
Oh, nothing much. Just sort of cruising around. Got a kind of second-hand tip-off that a bunch of hijackers was working this territory.
Yeah? Nothing else?
Nothing else? Sure not. Why, what makes you ask that?
Oh, just wondering, that's all. Say, did you happen to notice that lady customer I just waited on, Tom?
See that cute little redhead in riding pants? I couldn't help but notice her, Ed. Especially the way you shined up to her. Who is she?
Well, she's one of the Harlow gang.
That's rich,
Hey, now, wait a minute. Don't say nothing, Tom.
Well, now, what makes you think she's one of the Harlow gang, Ed?
Well, clues and suspicions, that's what.
Oh.
About 4 days ago, this redhead drove up to the stand here and said she wanted to rent the brick tourist cottage down the road there.
Oh, nothing suspicious about that.
No, wait. Give me a chance. Eat your pie there and listen.
All right. Go ahead, Ed.
Well, like I was saying, 4 days ago, she rented the cottage. I gave her the keys, and, of course, after she paid in advance.
Well, of course.
Well, I asked her if she wanted her double or single, and she said she'll take both ends. Well, like you know, Tom, she's a double cottage and garage.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
Well, sir, like I said, I gave her the keys, and she drove away. Clark and me stood here and watched her drive right up to the cottage, unlock the front door of the south wing, and go in.
Well, that's more ladylike than going through the chimney,
Oh,
ain't it?
quit your kidding, Tom. Now, like I said, we seen her open the door and go in, just like it was for the very first time.
Well, most likely. Why?
No, it weren't.
How do you know?
Well, 'cause that evening, along about sundown, she drives up here to the stand and she orders 3 suppers.
For herself?
No.
How do you know?
Well, because she took 2 coffees with sugar and cream and 1 black.
Uh-huh. So then what, Ed?
Well, sir, I got to figuring that maybe something was wrong. That there must be more than just her living there at the cottage.
Well, maybe some other folks come in the first afternoon after she took the cottage.
Well, none didn't come, I tell you.
How do you know that?
Well, 'cause Clark and me kept our eyes onto the cottage and on the highway all afternoon.
And nobody turned off to the cottage?
Nary one.
Anything else, Ed?
Well, sir, that night, along about 8 o'clock, I takes a walk down there through the field to the back of the cottage.
Yeah.
And all their shades was pulled down.
Well, nothing funny about that. Maybe she was going to bed or something.
Well, she weren't, though. I heard tromping feet inside there.
Yeah? Then what, Ed?
Well, next morning, she comes to the stand and she gets 3 breakfasts. And get this, she gets 2 packs of cigarettes, both different.
I still don't see nothing wrong in that. Maybe she's got a sick husband or something. Wants to be quiet, maybe.
No, it ain't nothing of the kind. That's that Harlow gang a-hiding out.
What makes you think so, Ed?
Well, good land of living. Ain't them suspicions and clues enough? Anyhow, I know that's them down there.
Now, you want we should go down and take a look?
Well, seeing as how you're the sheriff of this county, I'd say you should.
All right, Ed. Guess the boys is all through eating. We'll take 'em ghost hunting to kind of shake down their lunches.
You'll find them the livest bunch of ghosts you ever seen.
Say, boys, get out in the car, all of you. Ed Hunters here has got a surprise for you.
What is it?
Well, you get out in the car and you'll see.
Where to, Chief?
Down the road here to Ed Hunter's tourist cottage. Better get your guns ready in case Ed's ghost walks out on you.
Hey, what's this?
What's what?
Here come your friends, the coppers from the lunch counter, kid.
Oh, my God, has it come?
Now keep your head, kid. Nothing's happened yet.
I thought this was too good to last.
Maybe they're going to go right on up the road and pass us by.
Not a chance.
Well, I guess we're sunk.
Gee, everything going along swell, and now this comes up. What are you going to do, Slim? Give up?
Not a chance, kid. Not a chance. Get the gats ready.
Right,
Get ready to
sir.
give it to him.
Oh, my God. You're not going to fight it out.
Just that.
Oh, but Slim, you can't.
Now, don't go soft, kid. Keep up the chin. Grab yourself a rod and stand back.
Okay. What's the plan, Slim?
Well, we'll find out what they want. Try to stall them off.
Yeah?
And if that don't work, we'll make a break for it in the car.
Open up. Open up in there. Let them have it, boys.
Oh, they're pouring it into it, Slim.
Let them have it back, Al. Come on. Get into the car.
Oh, it's no good, Slim. They've got us.
Come on, stick 'em up.
Oh! Oh, Slim. Slim, honey. Did I get you? Did I get you? Oh, you rat. I'll get you for this. You take your hands off of me. You got to take your hands off of me. Oh, Slim. Come on. Slim. Slim. Take your hands off of me. I'll get you for this.
Well, that's that.
Come on.
Hey, is this Slim Hollow here?
You know it is. You beast. You killed
Looks
him.
like he's done his last job, all right. Hang
I'll
on,
get you for
boys.
this. It's the last thing I ever do. I'll get you for this.
Well, you old scamp. Your hunch was right, Ed.
Hunch? Clues and suspicions, that's what.
Now, what clue did you have outside of the fact that these people here didn't seem to be acting like law-abiding citizens?
Well, I just knew they was that Harlow gang, that's how.
Well, how did you know?
Well, Tom Simons, I'm kind of surprised at you, being high sheriff and all. Don't you remember when this gang was run out of their last hiding place?
Yeah?
Well, remember how they had to leave so darn quick they couldn't take nothing with them but their guns?
Uh-huh.
Well, and remember that among other things, the police found in the house was a roll of undeveloped Kodak film?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Well, sir, they had 'em printed, and the pictures that come out was of this here Slim Harlow, his brother, his girlfriend, and Kate Harlow out there.
Yeah, I know. I remember all that,
Well,
Ed.
maybe so, but the thing you forgot was that last June the American Weekly Magazine runs all them pictures in the Sunday newspaper.
Well, And you remember the faces, Ed, huh?
No, sir, I didn't. But when that red-haired gal come in for her coffee the first time, like I told you, she always carried it back here to the cabin, so I had to put it into a container for her. And when I reached down for it under the counter, I seen right where that container was a-setting, while I seen her picture.
Her picture, huh? Where?
All right, slap dab in the middle of the page from the American Weekly that I used there for the paper from the shelves. That's where.
Well, daggone. That sure is a coincidence, Ed.
It ain't nothing of the sort. It's working on clues and suspicions.
Read the thrilling story upon which this radio play was based in next Sunday's issue of the American Weekly, the magazine which is distributed with all Hearst Sunday newspapers from coast to coast.